Hello, everybody, and welcome to Restream demo and Q&A.
We are going to talk to you about different ways how you can use Restream and also how to get started. This is going to be kind of our beginner series, and we will also be taking the questions from our community here in the live chat. My guest today is Anastasia. She is part of our customer success team. She's our client retention lead, actually, and she will be answering some of your questions together with me. So let's welcome her to the show. Hi, Nastya. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. How's it going? I hope you're well and will enjoy today's stream.
I hope you're well too. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be exciting. So I was just giving a little overview of what we're going to do to our community. We're going to talk about how to get started with Restream. We'll answer some frequently asked questions, things that you guys at Customer Retention and Customer Success hear a lot from our community. And we'll also take some questions directly from our viewers. Please stick around to the end of the show because we're going to be giving away some discounts for you today. So that's very exciting, as always. Let's just go ahead and while our audience is getting together, I can see some people in the chat already. Hi, Rick. Hi, Breathe and Relax. That's a good name. Artem is here. Welcome, everybody. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and get started for those people who will be rewatching that later. So we're not like spending too much time kind of waiting on people. Let's just start with a simple question. Who is Restream for?
That's a cool question. Actually, I think Restream is for everyone who creates content and want to engage with their audience in a better way. I think in general, in the latest years, we've seen a trend of content creation moving away from just being a content into content being a video. And now definitely there's a trend of content being a live streaming. And that's simply because it's so cool to engage with the audience. Today, we're going to showcase this as well when we will receive and answer some of the live chats and some of the live questions. And I think it's just the next level of content. So Restream is really for everyone who wants to reach more audience and create and engage with their audience as well. And from our customers, we seen many different organizations and many different industries, DJs, music events, concerts, big concerts, small concerts, churches, church services. Actually, recently also Italian government was streaming through us. Because of the COVID, they were sending their notification to all not users, but all the Italian population, and they were using Restream to send out information to as many people as possible, for example.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's an interesting use case, right? Like, because when you think live streaming, a lot of people think gaming or maybe some other kind of like traditionally streaming industries. But when you think about how many people could use live streaming in order to get the word around, to spread their ideas and thoughts and kind of utilize that great tool to connect with their audience and their communities. Yeah, political use case is one of great examples of that. Do you have any kind of like your personal favorite examples of how Restream was used, or any specific stream that you like the most recently?
Yeah, I think my personal favorite example is One World. That's a concert was done by, I think, World Health Organization. It was like super big names like Elton John and Lady Gaga were present on the concert. And it was so amazing that we could facilitate the spread of the message through a lot of many social networks and social connections. So I think definitely that's one of the things that I personally feel proud of. So we kind of, in a way, we contributed to people staying connected as well in the homes whilst they're staying apart through this COVID. But in general, Restream is for everyone, for small people, for small publishers or small marketing companies, or for big concerts as well. We can support different organizations. And in general, I think like our pricing and what we can offer and our tools and features, they can cater for different sizes of companies. Yeah.
Awesome, great. Well, let's just go ahead and get started with our questions. So we prepared some that we hear quite a bit from our community, and I guess the first question would be just a simple kind of getting started overview of how can you stream to multiple platforms at the same time. So how do you do that? And also, if there are any limitations, the question that we hear quite a bit from our community, any limitations on the number of platforms, the duration, how long you can stream, the time of your content, or things like bitrate or number of accounts per platform.
Cool. Yeah, actually, there's no limitations at all. I think we would want to make sure that we facilitate people streaming as much as we can. And we would like to make sure we give that chance to everyone and everybody can stream. So we offer, even with our free plan, we offer a lot, I think. So there's no limitation on number of platforms that you want to stream to. There's no limitations on the bitrate. There's no limitations on duration of your stream as well. I know at least one example when a person was streaming 48 hours non-stop live. I don't know if he took breaks, but if you can do it, we can support it for sure, no problem. Yeah, so no limitations.
Awesome. That's very helpful. So another question that we hear quite a bit is how do you define custom destinations? Like, what is a custom destination in Restream context?
Yeah, it's a cool question. So if you think about it, it's quite easy to think about it, I suppose. So Facebook. Facebook groups and public pages, it's one custom destination, and then every new second or third account of or every second account of a free destination is also one extra destination. So what I mean by this is YouTube. You can stream for free with our free account, but if you want to stream to YouTube and one more YouTube account, then you will need a plan that will cater for at least one extra destination. Also, Facebook streaming personal is catered on our free plan, but if you want to stream to Facebook public page, then you need at least one of our paid plans. One of our common the kind of mixture of destination is YouTube and Facebook. In this situation, you will need our standard plan. The only caveat to this is in standard plan, we still have our Restream branding in your stream. So if you want to remove a Restream branding, you will want to opt into a professional plan already. That is $49 per month or per year. And I think with the other plans, so our plans are based on number of destinations. So the company plans, for example, for companies, we always just go to company plans because there's more destinations and you can stream to 10 or 20 Facebook accounts in one go. But also there's additional features like fallback. That is kind of to make sure that if you're streaming a big event or important conference, you have that security of mind that if one stream breaks, you have a fallback to option. And that is, for example, in our business plan. So there are some number of features as well included into different plans, not only destinations.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've heard that testing is a huge part of anyone who has a big community. And if you're trying to go live and you know that you have thousands and tens of thousands of followers, like you really don't want it to go wrong. So that's a great kind of like peace of mind, security, insurance, and also it's a good way to show to your community that you really care and you got all those things covered. So another question that we usually get from our users is related to Instagram. So as we all know, Instagram streaming is extremely popular. It's a great tool for promoting and marketing your products, whether it's B2C or B2B. So people from all kinds of backgrounds are leveraging that tool. And a lot of times people reach out to us and say, hey, Restream, can we multi-stream to a bunch of platforms and Instagram? So what do you tell those people these days?
Yeah, so Instagram is a little bit tricky. It's true. They're kind of a little bit more protective about kind of multi-streaming. That said, we do support. You can stream to Instagram through, if you have application Yellow Duck. So you'll need to download, it's external application. You'll need to download it, and that allows you to stream to Instagram. For example, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. This is our second common combination. Usually it's catered with our professional plan as well. The only caveat with Instagram is that you will need to create a stream key 2 minutes right before you go live, which is not a problem. Usually we have seen our customers streaming to Instagram constantly through scheduled videos or live as well. Just something that you need to do extra is 2 minutes before the stream, add the stream key in the Restream account.
Awesome. So yeah, it sounds like a little bit of a workaround, but again, like if you see a lot of value by adding Instagram to the list of your platforms, it totally makes sense to take this extra step to go that extra mile. Because in the end of the day, if you're a regular Instagram streamer and you also do streams on other platforms, it's going to save you a bunch of time. So totally worth exploring. So I'm starting to get some questions actually in the chat. And fun fact, the Instagram question that we just kind of took from our FAQ list was just asked by Audio. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. International names is a little bit of a challenge. He was just asking how I stream to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. So nice to just, Anastasia just covered that for you. So let's talk a little bit about testing. So how do you plan and prepare for your live stream? I mean, let's face it, it's a little scary. It's not a pre-recorded content where you have the opportunity to edit things out, to correct and kind of balance things that didn't necessarily go the way you wanted them to go. So you really want to make sure that things work out well. So how do you test and prep to make sure that everything works well, and also so you are confident that that you can show up, go live, and everything will be as expected?
Yeah. To be honest with you, every time I go live, I'm super nervous. I'm just one of those control freaks. I want to make sure that nothing breaks. So I definitely insist that, or recommend highly for people to test everything before going live. And a few things, obviously you want to make sure that you have script. Even if it's live, you at least want to know what you're going to be talking about, unless like people, for me, like I get a camera freezing and I'm like, I don't know what to say anymore. So a script for sure. And then the second thing, when you're preparing or thinking about sending your stream live, we would recommend you to create at least YouTube unlisted event and send your stream there, at least for duration of 10 to 30 minutes. I think in this space of time, you will know for sure if there's any issue, if something is not working as it's supposed to be. 20, 30 minutes will let you know that. And then be honest with you, most of the issues that we see, it's connect or with the quality or audio issues, they're connected with settings, with the user settings or with the internet connection. So those are two things that usually fall off. And having the test stream to YouTube Unlisted will definitely help you to figure out if there's any issues and tackle it right away. And you always contact support, our support, if you need any help, and we will be right there to help you with the settings.
Yeah, definitely. Talk to our support team. Just hop on our chat, ask the questions. They'll be able to investigate, troubleshoot, and sometimes they see so many reports of different kinds of issues. If that is happening and affecting you, they will be really quick to help you figure that out. So definitely great advice right there. So I am going to start taking questions from the community because there are so many people showing up. There's so much stuff that they want to know. So yeah, we'll just stop our little list of what we prepared and just go straight and talk to you guys and see what you guys want to learn about. So here is one question. We're just going to highlight it real quick. Trick Dog Band. Again, like awesome names, guys. YouTube is just amazing. Your video looks wonderful on my Mac. What resolution are you using and equipment? So this is a standard YouTube resolution. I'm not sure what it is. It's not 2K or like Super HD or anything. It's just the standard one that I set up, the recommended settings by the platform and recommended settings by Restream. In terms of equipment, I have a pretty good mic. It's AKG P220. Very proud of that mic. It looks amazing, as you can see. Everything else is just Elgato lights and Logitech web camera. You can actually take it a notch higher with Restream. You can actually connect professional cameras and like way more sophisticated microphones and decks, especially if you're using Restream with OBS. But even with Studio, a lot of those things are going to be available. I don't know, Nesta, what are you using? What is your setup?
I'm on a Chromebook, to be honest with you. So I'm as simple as that. So I think that's the amazing thing about Restream Studio is that Restream in general, it can go as complicated as you want to, like controlling it through OBS and controlling quality per each platform and things like that. But it can be as simple as we just use our computers and we go live. It's super easy. And I'll show you, I will have a demo later on and I'll show you a little bit how it works.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, don't fixate too much on the equipment. That's my advice to everybody who is just getting started. You can upgrade later on as you grow and as your audience is growing. Just start with something, as long as you sound okay and like it's clear, and as long as you have a bunch of light and also powerful or at least stable internet connection, that's all you need to get started. And this is what's creating this content right now. And hopefully you guys are seeing us well and enjoying this. The next question is also something that multiple people asked, and it's a big topic, but let's cover it. Let's get started on it at least. How to restream to Zoom from Facebook. And I'm not sure this is exactly the sequence that we want to go, but let's just talk about how to multi-stream Zoom webinars, Zoom calls, and specifically mention how to accomplish that with Facebook in mind.
Yeah, so we do support Zoom. Actually, we've seen, since the Zoom also been growing through the COVID, we've seen an increased number of users using Zoom. And Zoom, it's exactly the functionality that you would want to have multiple people on the stream. Usually to stream from Zoom to Restream, you would need to have Zoom paid plan, like a pro plan. And from there, it's just easy to set up. And go live. So basically we will capture the stream from Zoom and we'll send it to destinations that you have in mind. That said, I would also recommend you to check out our Restream guest feature. That's what we're actually using right now. It also allows you to add multiple guests to the stream like we have right now as well, and have extra controls. And that is included into your Restream plans. So you don't have to have any extra additional subscriptions.
Awesome. Another question from Park Ridge Church. They are wondering, how do you add a custom destination such as Wix? And of course, there are several others that that a lot of churches and worship organizations are using. It's a great question. Thank you for asking. Nastya, why don't you shed some light on that?
Yeah, actually, I will have to come back to you on this. I know that I'm not familiar with Wix specific. Well, I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not familiar how to set it up in Restream itself. But I know that we support a number of customer destinations, which are different platforms that we outside of like YouTube and Facebook, which is a common regular things. And if I understand correctly, Wix, it's a website. Is that? I suppose it's would be cool to ask, but
yeah, I believe that Wix is kind of like Squarespace. It's just a platform that allows you to build your website. So this is basically a question about embed. I believe, like, so how do you use Restream to stream to, let's say, Park Ridge Church Facebook page, YouTube channel, and also their website that is built on Wix. And of course, guys, correct me if I didn't get your question right. Please feel free to do a follow-up question. I'll find you in the chat and we'll totally follow up on that as well.
Oh, thanks for clarifying. I was like, I was losing my my cool there for a minute. So yes, we do support streaming to Wix. Or your website in general. In fact, I would recommend every user who wants to multi-stream to stream to their website as well as to any social networks like YouTube or Facebook, because it's just, you're going to get more reach. As simple as that. And Restream or live streaming is all about reach or engaging with the audience. And I definitely recommend sending the stream simultaneously to your website as well. And that said, there's multiple ways how we can support streaming to your website. One is that you can stream to, let's say, Facebook, YouTube, and I don't know, LinkedIn, for example, and then you can embed the stream that you have that you're sending to LinkedIn, to YouTube. You can embed that link into your website, and from there, it's already streaming to your website. Or alternatively, you can use a Restream widget that does that for you as well. It takes your stream from YouTube or whatever platform you're streaming to and push it into your website. It's a little bit trickier, than what I'm saying with the Restream widget. So we probably would better if we send the follow-up help center article on that. But in general, again, yes, I recommend sending the stream to website 100% times. And please use maybe YouTube embedded in general to set it into your website directly.
Yeah, that's a great point that Anastasia just made. I'm actually making notes of all your questions because it's kind of difficult to capture chats later on. But in the comments to this video, we are going to send a bunch of helpful links. I was originally thinking about sending those links right in the chat to you, but you won't be able to access them later. So I think we'll just go ahead and after these live session is over, we'll just go ahead and add those questions. Like people who are asking about Wix, people who are asking about Zoom, Instagram, like this is your resources and help center articles or tutorial videos that could help you understand how that works and kind of get started on that. And you can again follow up on those questions and comments with us. We'll be there to address that too. A great question from Cerc Uruguay. Hello, Uruguay, by the way. So language translator in real time. Interesting challenge. Heard about that before. So I guess there are two different things how you can approach it. First, actual simultaneous translation. And the second thing is closed captions or subtitles. So I'll let Anastasia comment on both of those options.
I think one of the ways to do it is definitely using RTMP pull links. It's so it's basically the feature that allows you to capture somebody else's stream, and you can transcode or translate it right out of bed. I've seen it been used multiple times, and language translation is one of them. I think that's my preferred choice, but I know what you think. Do you have any other suggestions?
Yeah, so on the closed captions and subtitles, I actually had that request from one of the partners I talked to just a couple of days ago, and I kind of ran it through our product team. We don't have that option just yet, but it is very possible that we'll be offering that in the future because it sounds like a great idea to just caption your live speech, right? For those people who want to experience your live video without sound, as well as translate it. If there is a good translator that can actually capture and translate correctly live, kind of like in real time on the fly, we just need to kind of figure out which applications would work for that and potentially kind of play with that and integrate it in our service. But that's a great question. Definitely there's a need for that. So it's not the first time I hear this kind of question. So, all right, let's keep going. I'm actually very determined to answer all the questions today. So I'm definitely going to try my best. Harvest Celebration Church. So church would need to use a professional plan at $50 per month. Anastasia, if you don't mind, I'll kind of get started on that. Just want to make sure that people understand that we don't really separate plans by the type of users. So you can be a church, you can be a gamer, you can be a marketer. It doesn't matter. We just separate individual and company plans. And churches are definitely welcome to use individual plans because you're, so to say, non-for-profit organizations. We don't expect you to buy business and premium plans. If you don't really care about our branding, then professional plan is not required. You can accomplish a lot of things with our standard plan. Even with our free plan, if you don't care about streaming to the page. However, for most churches, streaming to Facebook pages is going to be something that they will be looking for. So probably a 19 a month plan would be something easy to get started with.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're a church, if you want to stream, it all depends on where do you want to stream. There's not really like a limitation per se. So if you want to stream to YouTube and your website, Wix website, then you covered with our free plan. If you want to stream to Facebook public page and also YouTube, it's covered minimum with our standard plan, which is $19. That said, in both these instances, our branding will be visible in your streams. So if you want to remove your branding and put your own, then you're looking into professional plan. And then also if you want to have some additional features like maybe amplifier for internet connection or it's called backup. So if something goes wrong, like a backup plan, then it's probably a business account. So it kind of depends on your needs. There's not really, oh, you have to do that. So it's up to you to choose. And again, with the free plan, there's no limitations on number of platforms you want to stream to. Again, Facebook personal page on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, it's all included. And then there's no limitation on bitrate or duration of your streams.
Yeah, absolutely. Here is another one from Paisa Deportes. Is it possible to send the signal to several fan pages? Yes, doubling, my favorite. Let's go ahead and clarify that one.
That's a very good question. I actually thought that this is about different multiple Facebook page, so I guess it will be counted as a different destinations, all of them. Is that what did I understand correctly the question?
Yeah, I did. I think this is about if you have multiple Facebook pages, for example, a group and a page, or multiple fan pages on Facebook, could you stream and send your video to all those destinations at the same time? And yeah, the answer is yes. It just depends on how many pages you're trying to add. If you need a ton, like if you need 10 or more fan pages, that's going to kind of bring you towards the premium plan because there's a lot of destinations and a lot of traffic. But if you're talking about just 2 Facebook pages, for example, then the standard plan should do it.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
I hope that answers your question. All right, so here is another one. Is using a scheduled a good idea? Any best practices? So I think that's a scheduler question. And is it a good idea? Are there any recommendations on how to treat pre-recorded content and then scheduling it and pushing it live? What are your thoughts, Nastya?
Yeah, no, I'm also a big fan of pre-recorded videos, to be honest with you. Again, I just get a stage fright, that's all. So I prefer the content to be prepared beforehand. There's some additional benefits with the pre-recorded content because you can embed your logo, for example, or you can do some animation within the video, or you can do some, for example, changing or even transcoding as well, or the language adjusting as well in the pre-recorded videos. That said, when you have a pre-recorded videos, you push it into a scheduler, and then we will push it into the all destinations that you have in your account selected, and it will look live for all the destinations. So only you will know, only you will know. That said, some of the platforms like Facebook, for example, they ask to specify in the description of the event, to specify that this is a pre-recorded video. But again, as I said, we will send it at a time that you set it up to be sent, and it will look live. One probably good advice when it comes to preparing or best practices, it's that the pre-recorded videos need to be prepared specifically for live streaming, and they need to be adjusted with the handbrake. So we will probably send a link on a Help Center article as well on how to do that. But as far as I understand, it's very easy to do. So.
Yeah, and I'm adding the scheduler question to the list of links that we'll be sharing later, so you can actually see how to set it up, how it works, and also find how to find the page where you can actually purchase a scheduler. Because right now, I believe it's not included in our plans. It's kind of like a separate product under Restream umbrella, which is something that some people get confused about. They ask, "Oh, which plan is scheduler included into?" Eventually, in the future, we might include it in some of our plans just to make it easier for you. But as of today, since it's a kind of like a specific feature and almost a different product within our family of solutions, it's kind of a separate process to purchase it. All right. So another interesting question. I guess this is about the app, like a typical. Is there a simulcast? Is it simulcast your app for sale? So I guess the question is, do you have an app for your mobile? And so.
Yeah, at the moment, Restream is mainly from, you can stream from computers. We're still working on our app, mobile streaming from mobile, but it's true you can still stream from mobile using some of the applications. It's easy enough to set it up, and we will again send Help Center articles to do it.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this is kind of like a very specific question from William Connors on my Restream dashboard. Well, hello, great to see you here. It says Mixer Streamer review is required. Does that mean I have to complete Mixer Academy? I honestly do not think that we have any requirements except for you have to have admin access to your pages and channels that you're trying to stream to. I know a lot of people are using Mixer as one of their destinations. I don't think there are any limitations or requirements in terms of completing anything on that end, unless that I'm aware of.
No, you're absolutely correct there, Anya. There's no limitations on or Academy's requirement for a Mixer to stream on a Mixer, but it's true. Lately, we've been Mixer did some changes on their end platform, and that caused our platform to have some issues when integrating. So we have seen this as a more common issue lately with Mixer specifically, and we're in touch directly with Mixer to kind of to make it work for our users and for Mixer users as well. That said, as a temporary solution, we added a Mixer as a customer RTMP for free, which allows the connect Mixer through manual connection, and that should solve that issue. Again, we will send a help center article. This is a kind of a temporary workaround for now, how to use Mixer. We're trying to work with Mixer as fast as Mixer responds and make it available to everyone and fix it. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So here is kind of a long question. So we can't display it completely, but I'm going to read it out. And that's actually an Anya question very much because I stream on LinkedIn a lot. And so I definitely will be able to take this one. Is LinkedIn streaming still only restricted to approved publishers right now? If that's the case, how would you recommend sharing the stream on LinkedIn where our main audience is? Great question, Canopy Rivers. Yes, basically you are exactly right. There is an approval process. LinkedIn is restricting the opportunity of access to LinkedIn Live to select users. You have to process an application. It's basically pretty simple. There's very simple steps, and we will definitely add the link on how to apply to this Q&A comments, so you can actually click the link and apply if you haven't done so yet. If you have done so already, you basically have to wait for them to get to you and approve you. If you were approved, they typically send you an email and confirm that you're good to go. If you're not approved, unfortunately, because they get a lot of applications, sometimes they basically say nothing. So if you didn't hear from them, a lot of times that means that you were not approved. However, if your audience is big and if you have experience with streaming in the past on other platforms, you can reach out to me. You can find me on LinkedIn by Anya Rezina, and you can send me a direct message. We can connect. I can have a look at what you guys are doing, and maybe if we can work out some kind of a partnership between Restream and you, we can potentially try to help and submit you at the list of our partners. So that's something that I've been doing. You kind of have to have a certain number of followers and certain experience with streaming, but this is something that we can definitely entertain. So please find me on LinkedIn, and I'll send the link to my profile as well. And let's chat about it, and we'll see what we can do. Shannon is asking us about how does music sound through your program? Some streaming plans compress the sound and it doesn't sound good. Any thoughts on that one?
Oh, it's a great question. We get that. We don't get it a lot, but it's quite a common question. Just we don't modify your stream in any way whatsoever. Not add audio, not video, not at all. We don't compress it. We don't do anything with audio or video. That's why earlier when I was mentioning about testing your before going live, and the two common problems is internet or connections or something with your settings, it's not uncommon to forget to plug in your microphone. Sometimes that happens. I mean, we're all people. It happens to the best of us. That said, again, we don't modify your stream in any way whatsoever. Not video, not audio.
Awesome. Yeah, great stuff. All right. So we have one question here about cameras, kind of like getting into the gear again. How many cameras are you able to use in your live stream? And I think we should break it down between what you can do as a studio and also what you can do if you're using things like OBS and other encoders.
Yeah, so I think at the moment we support one camera, and I always ask, what's the purpose of having more than one camera on your stream? And because, for example, if you want to add more people, you can always have a Restream guests feature available for you. If you want to have streaming to multiple destinations, you can just have them right away in your Restream account added. It kind of for me, it's always a question of maybe there's other way to solve it than streaming through different cameras, and maybe there's like an easier version of that, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. And with OBS, you can actually connect multiple cameras, I believe, and multiple scenes. I've seen that one of the applications is when people are trying to change angles. For example, if they want to do part of the stream when they're facing the camera and part of the stream when they are, for example, showing what they do with their hands, is some kind of like a crafty thing, or maybe they want to show something about their equipment or something that when they're trying to teach like how to build a computer and things like that. So yeah, there's definitely an application for that. It's not very common case. And yes, for the studio, we only support one camera at the moment. Multiple cameras might be coming soon. We don't know yet. We haven't heard anything definitive, but it might be happening. And right now there are other additional software such as OBS that will allow you to do that. And OBS is free, so it's not an investment if you want to explore and kind of like try that out. All right, so we have another question. It's kind of long. So I'm just trying to figure out, I'm looking for a platform where my band can perform live simultaneously with even audio. When we use Zoom, it is very difficult to hear multiple musicians in different locations playing at the same time. And the software appears to support one person's talking at the time, which is great for speakers, but not for musicians. So maybe that's another, like, can you clarify if RTMP Pools could potentially solve that issue or no?
Yeah, so I don't know. So first of all, my first immediate thought is to check your equipment. So making sure that you have a good microphone on each of the location. I think that will be paramount. That's the step one. The step two, it's true what you can do. It's streaming through the RTMP pool links. As I mentioned before, RTMP pool links allow you to capture somebody else's stream into your stream. So for example, if you're guitar player will start a stream on their end, and then their drama. So I'm trying to think of musical instruments there. The guitar player starts their stream, and then drama will start their stream. And then what you can do, you can pull all those streams in one in Restream account, and it will basically look in somewhat similar to what we have now with Restream Guests, which is just instead of having chat, it will be at different streams at the same time happening in one screen.
Awesome, great. All right, another question. We have a question about the basic plan time limit. I know we kind of covered time limits in the beginning of this show, but just to make sure everyone is included in the conversation, is it true that there is no limit on the free plan, but there is a 60-minute limit on the lowest tier paid plan? No, there are no limits. There are no limits on paid or free plans.
No limits. As I was mentioning, I know a person who streamed for 48 hours live, non-stop. No limits. Simply no limits.
And then same person, different question. When will YouTube be offered again as a channel for new Restream users? I believe this is the Stream Now question versus YouTube events. So I know we kind of talked about that earlier, but we were preparing for this call, so I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, we're kind of experimenting right now between Restream events and YouTube Now. YouTube events and YouTube Now. We kind of heard news from Google that they may be deprecating YouTube Now, and hence we move forward seeing how big is the demand for YouTube Now. So there's definitely no plan to deprecate YouTube Now as of, but both of the YouTube Now and YouTube events are available in Restream. If you don't see them in your account, please contact support, and we'll help you out there. But in general, both YouTube Now and YouTube events are available in Restream at the moment.
Awesome. All right. So there is also kind of like a beginner question. So we're kind of like jumping around all over the place because we're basically taking your questions one after the other without grouping them by topics. So the streaming platform is not Restream or OBS ? Yeah, I guess it's good to kind of like set the terms up. So streaming platforms or destinations is actually the video platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Mixer, LinkedIn, and Twitch, and many others. Restream is the tool that we are talking about right here that allows you to multi-stream and multicast your content. And companies like OBS and tools like OBS are actually encoders. That's something that allows you to capture your video. And Restream Studio is the one that we're using right now. It's actually acting as an encoder. So it already captures my stream, my video, and my audio. And it does the same for Nastya as a guest without adding any additional software such as OBS. So depending on what you want, if you want to just go live directly from your browser, from your laptop to the destinations or streaming platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and many others, then you can use our studio. If you want more functionality, then you need additional encoder such as OBS and connect it to Restream and then push that video live to all the platforms that and social media channels that you connect. So I hope that makes sense.
I think for me personally, I'm a big fan of Restream Studio. It's just so easy to use. You don't really need anything except your laptop. Just make sure that you have a good laptop, not a Chromebook. You won't be able to host guests on a Chromebook, and a good internet, because live streaming usually requires a bigger processing power and good internet. And off you go. It's so easy, and you don't have to be creating a content for too long. You just start your stream and you test it. And the best thing I love about it is how engaged you are with your audience, and it's right there live.
Yeah, awesome. So there is a kind of a complicated question, I think, here. Let me see if I can try to show it. 1 second. Something froze for me. Well, let's actually go ahead and take this one, and I'll get back to the other one. Is Mixcloud on the dashboard? So are we integrated with Mixcloud? Is Mixcloud one of the platforms that you could multi-stream right now? Great question, by the way.
It's coming soon. The answer to this is coming very soon. I hope so. So we're in touch directly right now with Mixcloud, and we're hoping to integrate them in our platform. But we expect that literally in the space of a month to be in rollout. Maybe, yeah. We're expecting this to happen soon.
I believe you can use custom RTMP right now if you want to send your stream to the platforms that we're not connected with. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that something that could work potentially today?
True. I don't know if you. I suppose you can do that as well with Mixcloud. So you will need to use a customer RTMP, which is our extra destination, and connect to Mixcloud.
Yeah. So
we can integrate it in our included services as soon as
yeah,
we can.
fingers crossed, hopefully soon. All right, can I use Facebook Live as my source and then use Restream to stream to YouTube? I know we have Artyom, who is our head of support, and he is very good with technical questions of that kind. Artyom, if you saw this question, please let us know what you think, because I personally, I'm not sure if you could use Facebook Live as a source. I don't know, Anastasia, what do you think? Do you have an input on this one?
So there has to be a way for us to capture the stream. And I think I suppose it's similar to Zoom calls. So you will need to use the OBS for that and capture the stream into OBS. And then from there, send it to Restream. And from there, we will send it to all destinations. In general, I would suggest to use Restream originally, but I suppose it's possible through OBS.
Yeah, sorry. I'm wondering what is the application for this? Like, why do you specifically want to use Facebook as a source and then restream it to YouTube versus just using either Studio or OBS to send your stream to both destinations? So if you can clarify that, like what is your limitation? What is the need, like the business need for that? That would be helpful for us to kind of see if there's any kind of workaround or detour that we could recommend.
I think maybe we can use now time to also showcase how the Restream dashboard looks like and how we can add channels in the Restream dashboard. If that's something would be interesting for the audience, maybe we can see what happens before you go live, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and let you share your screen because there were questions and I was kind of like saving them for the last because I know that we will do a little demo. Since this is a demo and Q&A, we are going to show you how to connect your channels and how to go live with Restream, and I'm just going to pass the microphone to Anastasia, and she's going to kind of walk you through that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this done right now.
Cool. I'm just going to dive into my Restream account. It's paid plan, but I'll show you how to set it up and how to add channels and how to go live. Please stay tuned. I'm sharing my screen. There you go. So this is my Restream account. You can see here actually stream now, Facebook, Twitch, this is common platforms. So a little bit about account, destinations. This is where we are here now. This is where you add channels or destinations or platforms where you want to stream to. Here's a live studio. This is where you would go live. You'll see me again now. This is where you go live, where we are now with Anya. Here you will go. This is our Restream analytics. I don't have streams here in this account, but here we will show aggregated analytics from all your streams. We will show you how many visitors you watch your streams, how many unique visitors watch your streams. Analytics is supported for majority of our platforms, but not for all of them. And of course, more detailed analytic reports you can see on the end destinations itself. Here's a scheduler. It's something that Anya and me mentioned a little bit. It's basically pre-recorded videos. There are some pre-recorded videos like 30 minutes you can stream for free. And here's what it's offered me to schedule event. But also if you want to stream longer videos, you can upgrade plan to upgrade plan and stream a longer video. For now, I'm just gonna go into destinations and I'll show you how to add channels. So I will add just two, YouTube and Facebook. So here I am at my channel. I'm gonna add YouTube. We always recommend, this is a automatic setup and manual setup. We always recommend automatic setup. It's just, it's easier to do it. I'll choose my personal account for this, accept all the requirements or permissions, and that's it. I'm connected with YouTube. So this is a pop-up, additional pop-up. So here, server, just keep it on primary. This is the choose between backup and primary YouTube server. We recommend primary only in rare circumstances when something is not working on YouTube side. Then you may use YouTube backup server. Event, it will be by default, create a new event. Title, this is the title of the event, how event will appear on YouTube. So in my case, it will be Anastasia's stream. And then category, it's basically which my stream the topic of. I personally will be streaming about comedy. I will be doing stand-ups. So this category will allow YouTube just to categorize your stream. And as you know, YouTube, in YouTube Live, if you stream live in YouTube, anyone can be visible on top. And this is actually how you become visible. So you just select the category and you start streaming, and more people can engage and see your content. I'm gonna add also Facebook, either here, personal page, or here, connecting to Facebook. Actually, it's set up. So it's set up automatically for me. And here I can choose either personal profile, or here I have a public page, Restream public page. As we were mentioning before, streaming to public page requires paid plan, but again, that's it, as easy as that. So now I have two channels set up, they're both enabled. And to go live, I just go to Live Studio and press go live, and that's it, I'm on. And here actually you can see also chat. So in chats, that's what Anya was doing through the old times. The chats from all the platforms that you're streaming to will be populated in this video, and sorry, in this corner. And here you can add your responses. So like hello, and it will go to for me, it doesn't go anywhere because I'm not streaming, but as soon as you press hello, it will go to all the destinations that you have connected and you're sending your stream. If you want to have more control over chats, you need to go here and download chat application, web application. It will allow you to set up how the chats, your responses on chats look like. You can embed them into your video, or maybe have a bit of a bot pre-recorded responses in your chat. So like with the help of the button, you will say something like hi, and it will pop up. Here we also can see captions. So this is what we and Anya were using as well. This is customized. Follow us on Twitter, but you can add whatever what you need. Graphics, background. It's not a green screen yet, but it's it's a background similar to what we have. You can upload your logo if you need to, or we will. If you're on a free or center plan, we will show our logo by default. Here's overlays as well and color. So I think. That is the best. That's the kind of how you go live. As simple as that. Destinations, adding destinations, and from there, live studio. That is if you're streaming from Restream Live and you press go live. As simple as that. Cool. And I think here's in the account itself, there's more controls. So you can see billings, or you can do your settings. Monitor will allow you to see how your stream is performing. We usually suggest for people who are using OBS to monitor their stream to make sure that there's no interruptions in quality or internet. Again, chat, I mentioned earlier, if you need more controls over chat, this definitely you need to download our chat web application. Help center, useful information, obviously scheduler, the place where you stream pre-recorded videos, analytics, where you get aggregated information about your stream from all the platforms, and live studio, it's where we are, where we want to go live using our browser, and destinations is where you add your destinations. Cool, I think that's all from the very quick guide. Maybe we can have maybe 10 more minutes to answer more questions yeah. Oh, Anna, I don't know if it's only me, but I don't hear you at all. I don't know if
No, that's not you. I actually muted myself while you were talking, so you don't hear any additional sounds. So thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so on the studio, you were showing, there was one additional tab in the end that was called Setup. This is where you can go and actually see the list of your connected platforms and channels, and you can update your title and description there. You can update it for everything, or you can update it individually per each platform. If for whatever reason you want a different title or different description on Facebook versus YouTube. I find it super helpful because when I go live on multiple platforms with my Friday live show, this is amazing because I just put it in one place, make sure I double check that the title looks good, and just go live. So you don't have to go back to that destinations list and verify it there. You can just see it in that setup section right in your studio. So that was that tab.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot to mention adjusting a title is also very crucial. Otherwise, you'll go as a multi-streaming with Restream.
Yeah. Some people.
The title you want.
Yeah, so we have to put something there. So that's why this is kind of like a placeholder. So yeah, be sure you double check and you change it. A lot of people, sometimes people would put the title and then they forget about it, and then the next video is completely different, kind of defaults to the old title. So would you save the title and description that you added last time? So yeah, just make sure before you hit that live button, you check it out and make sure that it does reflect what you're doing this time. This is an interesting question that so more questions came obviously while we were talking. Can you have multiple people logged in your Restream account for controlling your chat and etc.? So what
that's a good question. It's not uncommon for like a big conferences, for example, when one person is responsible for streaming and the other person is responsible for answering the chats. Since the chats are all the chats are coming into one place and they're controlled from web application actually. So you don't even have to have if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, maybe I'll need to clarify it, but if I'm not mistaken, you don't even have to be logged into a Restream account. You just have to have access to the Restream chat itself, and you answer the questions there. So yes, it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally have a lot of help from the rest of the Restream team when I go live, because sometimes my chat gets really loaded, and it is really helpful to have somebody else to kind of log in, and if anything goes wrong, so they can kind of correct it for you while you're live. I'm definitely not as good at multitasking, so I cannot control the technology if I'm trying to produce content and also react to chat. So yeah, and of course, if you have a very busy chat, that's super helpful to use somebody as a moderator to kind of like help you feed the comments and kind of filter through. So yeah, we do have this option, and yeah, you're definitely welcome to give it a try. All right, so we have about 5 more minutes left. Let's take a couple more questions, the new ones that are coming. Does the Restream chat show up when you stream to your own website? Great question. Thanks, Jeff.
No, it doesn't show up. So as I mentioned, the chat. Sorry. So if you embed the chat being shown in your stream, then it will show up. But if you don't, it wouldn't. So, and as I was mentioning as well, that chat, it's not supported for all platforms that you can stream to, but for majority is. So for example, for Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, it is, but for let's say Instagram, no. But you can check our Health Center articles on this, on chat specifically, and see which platforms are supported and which not.
Yeah, so basically when you do customer TMP, you don't really get the chat there. But if you do display your chat on your screen so people can see what people are saying, you can definitely showcase, you can show what the chat is looking like. And if you're using the studio, like I'm using right now, because you can see, Jeff, your comment is here. So I can select the comments that I want to showcase, and then all the platforms, all the people, including the customer TMPs, will be able to see them as that little showcase overlay on top of your video. Okay. This is, oh gosh, it's so hard to because a bunch of people showed up and like added their last minute questions. Well, let's get this one real quick. Lauren, do you have to have a computer to stream using Restream? We kind of covered that a little bit earlier. We don't have an app right now, so we definitely recommend a computer for that. Yeah, and yeah, go ahead, Nastia, I'll let you.
Just a quick note, you can stream from your mobile. You just need to have additional application that will enable that. We support that right now. You just need to install one additional application to do that. We're going to give you a link in the Health Center article how to do that.
Awesome. And then there is a question from Pierre. I'm a DJ and a company wants me to do a party live on Team platform to reach all their employees. Is it possible to do that with Restream? I'm personally not familiar with Team platform. Anastasia, do you know what that is?
No, but I'm sure we can do that.
I believe it's custom destination, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's Azure website. It will be Azure website or a custom destination. So one or another. So custom destination is everything that supports stream key, that can give a stream key that can be set up for custom destination. So I'm not sure if this is the case in this specific question, but if I know what Team platform is, I think it's similar to website maybe. And if it's similar to website, yes, we do that. So in the best way to do that, we can, in this situation, I would recommend you streaming to YouTube, Facebook, maybe Facebook closed event. Also YouTube maybe unlisted because it's a private party, so to say, and also website.
Yeah, a bunch of embarrassing moments could be just unlisted or privately held on YouTube private page, if that's the idea. Yeah, but overall, we will definitely research that a little bit and add another link to that. If there's any additional information on the Team platform, we will definitely address that. Okay, Microsoft is changing Skype to Teams, so I guess that's a Skype question. Okay, thank you, Rick. I had no idea. It's been so long since I used Skype last time. Would it make sense for you guys to use Zoom then? Because Zoom and Restream integrate pretty well. And in that case, you can just do a Zoom meeting. So you can do your DJ thing and you can have all the people as part of your Zoom call. And if you want to also stream it to, let's say, closed Facebook group or closed YouTube events, so people could rewatch it or download it for their personal memory, that's something that you could do with Zoom for sure. Do we have any specific integration with Skype that's worth mentioning?
Yeah, we also support Skype. So we support all voice VOB, I think it's called.
Voice over conference platforms.
Yeah. So Facebook, Skype, Hangouts, you can all capture that stream and then insert it through with OBS, capture that stream and push it live to as many platforms as you need to. Again, yes, so I guess you can see that where you can create one big Skype call with a lot of people connecting, and then you can capture that and send it through Restream to, let's say, YouTube, Facebook, and maybe a company website or whatever that needs to be sent to.
Awesome. All right. So let's wrap it up real quick. And as we promised, there will be a special discount code that we are going to share. Let me go and fetch it from our preparation list. I'm going to actually go ahead and put it in the chat. And also, I'm going to display it here as a caption so you guys can see the caption thing in action. So here is the code, REDEMO. I hope I got it right.
Yeah.
Like, don't give people wrong code. So this is the discount code that you could use until Wednesday, June 24th. So you have about a week from now to actually apply it. It gives you a one-time 20% discount on all Restream plans. Remember that if you are doing a monthly payment, that is going to apply to your first months. If you're doing annual prepaid, it's going to discount 20% off your whole year. And that applies to all the plans from standard to business, regardless of which one you need. So check out our pricing page, look at the features that we have, think about what is the best fit for your needs. And do REDEMO for 20% off. And
if I could ask you guys, please also leave some comments. This is our first try of such series of events or streams. Please leave us a note if you liked it or not. Should we continue doing something like this in future? It would be cool to hear your feedback and see if we can plan this maybe weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah, it will be cool to know.
Yeah, definitely. This was an experiment, and we were not sure like how this is going to go because this is the first time we're doing something like this. But you guys were wonderful. Thank you so much for so many different questions and great questions too. So we were able to cover a lot of things. We're trying to kind of keep this as a beginner series for now. But if there is interest and if there is, if you feel like there's value in this kind of conversations and Q&As, we can actually get specific topics kind of prepared. Like we can talk about Zoom for a whole hour. We can talk about specific platforms or specific applications, and maybe get even more advanced and invite some of our streaming engineers to give you like super in-depth technical ideas and advice on what you guys are trying to do. So yeah, leave us your comments, tell us what you think, and please check out this video in about 15, maybe 20 minutes from now when we will get all the links together, all the resources for you so you can come back and check out specific articles and videos on specific features that you were asking about. And I guess, yeah, and REDEMO for 20% off. Everybody.
And thank you so much for coming up and sending all the questions. We really appreciate your interest. And thank you for your interest in Restream. We will be super happy to see you as our family. If you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to me or to Anya or to our support. Our support is actually 24/7 live. Our response time is 5 minutes maximum. So we will be very happy to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you to everybody in the community. Thank you, Artyom, for jumping in and answering some questions because there were so many. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon in a couple of weeks. Yeah, let us know what is interesting, what kind of topics we should cover. And definitely have a wonderful stream if you're going live anytime soon. Bye.
Yay! Happy streaming.